Hey everyone, I'm in my pajamas, so what a classy way to start these videos, but I wanted to talk a little bit about um, ball jointed dolls, which is my new obsession. It's not new. I've been obsessed with ball jointed dolls for I'd say like 10 years. I wouldn't say my whole life. I don't think they've been around my whole life. But anyway, for about 10 years, I've been obsessed with them. But I was very, very obsessed when I first found them. And then they were so expensive, I couldn't afford one. So I kind of like lost interest over a little while because it was depressing and I really wanted one of the dolls and I couldn't have one. And it was just kind of like, I was like that little kid that doesn't have the toy that has to watch everyone else playing with theirs. So I kind of got over it. And then recently I bought a doll for my wife for her birthday. It's coming, it hasn't come yet. It's a Blythe doll. And I got it because I wanted to try to get her a Flavia de Luce doll, which is a series of books about a little girl, chemist, who solves mysteries. And my wife is obsessed with her. And I was going to try to get her a doll for that series, but they don't make dolls for that series. They don't make anything for that series. There's nothing that I can find besides books. I couldn't find her an art print or anything like that. So my idea was, what about making her a little Flavia de Luce doll? So I found an creator on Etsy and she's making the doll and I gave her all the specifications and kind of photos to go by and she's going to try to kind of customize her as best as she can. I also got her some clothes that'll suit Flavia. And I also got her bicycle Gladys. She rides a bike and she calls it Gladys, and I got Gladys as well. So I think Gloria's going to be very excited. But anyway, so when I was looking at Blythe dolls to try to find all these accessories, I rediscovered ball jointed dolls, and my obsession with them kind of just whooshed back. And so I was so excited to just kind of get back into things and see what everything has kind of gone since the last time I looked at ball jointed dolls. And they are even more gorgeous than they were back in the day. And so I started looking into one, and then I looked at so many different models and I couldn't decide which one I liked the best. And I knew I could only eventually buy one. I was going to just eventually buy one. And so I really found the artist of my dreams, that makes dolls of my dreams, and they're a duo, a wife and a husband duo called Lutsenko Dolls, and I love them. They make both resin and porcelain dolls, and so one of the things was I was going to get a resin doll, and I even wrote to Lutsenko and I said, I'd like to get this doll, and it was a resin doll, and I think it was she or he or whoever writes to me on Instagram, I don't know who it is, said, we could do the resin doll and here's the price. And, it's expensive. They're crazy expensive, like crazy expensive, but they're worth it. But anyway, so they're probably about $600 more to get a resin doll from them though, than to get one from a company. So, but they're so beautiful. So I was like, I would want to do that. So I thought I was going to get a resin doll. And then I talked to my wife about it and I thought, the only problem is that resin doll's yellow, and I did not want my doll to yellow or the blushing to rub off, and I've heard all these things can happen, and I really didn't want that to happen to my doll. So I kind of was a little bit hesitant, and I started asking about porcelain dolls because they make the porcelain ball jointed dolls as well. And obviously it's like double the price, but it's something that I can have forever, and it's never going to lose its never going to lose its paint. It's always going to look the same. It's not going to yellow. They're very, very similar other than that, but they have a nice weight to them. And I've always obsessed over porcelain dolls my whole life. I have about 25 of them in my mom's basement in Canada that I haven't dealt with yet. But anyway, so my wife and I decided that I would order the porcelain version, or a porcelain sculpt from Lutsenko. So I ordered the Elena sculpt, and I paid about a week ago I put the down payment on about a week ago. So I have to wait 2 months for it to be ready, which is not a lot of time in the BJD community. I understand that. But for me, 2 months is excruciatingly long to wait. I want it now. I'm very much one of those people that's like, instant gratification takes too long. So it's going to be really hard for me to wait as long as I need to. But I think it'll be totally worth it. I mean, I'm really excited about it and I can't wait for it to be here. I've already started trying to pick out names. I'm not happy with any of the names I've picked out yet. I feel like it needs to be a fabulous name. So I'm working on it. And so that's one thing that sort of is crossing my mind of what I can name her, and that'll maybe take some of this time up between now and then when I get it. When she arrives, I'm gonna do an unboxing too when she gets here, so that I can show you more about what a ball jointed doll is and what she is. Because I mean, most people don't really know what ball jointed dolls are unless they're a part of the hobby. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm watching a lot of unboxing videos. I'm watching a lot of people talking about them. I'm not part of it. The problem with the community, being part of a community, is that I don't fit in with Den of Angels, which is the ball jointed doll sort of big-timey forum, because it's a porcelain ball jointed doll. So I kind of shot myself in the foot for community because that's considered off topic there. They want resin ball jointed dolls. But there's another community called Hearts of Clay, which I am part of. It's just a very quiet forum. There's not a lot going on it. So, yeah, it's just a different kind of community. But I kind of use Den of Angels still because it's great for finding out resources for making clothes and looking for clothes and all that kind of stuff, because you can dress your doll in different clothes and things like that. But anyway, I forgot to mention my Elena doll is going to be a custom version. It's not going to be the standard sculpt. It is the standard sculpt per se, but they're sculpt meaning like the actual doll mold, like what the doll will look like. So the structure is going to be the same, but what I've asked for is Elena's very light skin. She doesn't have very many blemishes or freckles or anything. I want the doll freckled. Not too many freckles, but like I want it to look like a real Scottish redhead. And also Elena's blonde. So Lutsenko is going to make me a red wig, a natural red haired wig that's curly. So she's going to look a lot different, I think, than their current Elena doll. But I could not be more excited. I want to write to them every day and be like, did you start? Did you pour the porcelain? Can you send me a photo of the poured porcelain, please? So obsessed. And it's so weird. Like, people who know me are like, what? Dolls? And even my wife is like, Crystal, it's a doll. Like, why are you so jazzed about a doll? I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I've always been a fan. I wish I had more with me. I wish I had my antique. I have an antique porcelain doll that I love. It's really kind of creepy looking because it's super old. But I love it. But it's packed somewhere and I don't know where. So the next time I go to Canada, which will be next month for my friend's wedding, I'm her matron of honor, I'm going to be digging through the crawl space to try to find it. So anyway, that's sort of it for me. This is kind of the first video that I'm going to put on this little separate channel. My hair is awful looking and I'm in pajamas, but who cares? I'm having fun. So anyway, my next video will probably be the unboxing. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching.